Oh, there it was, dude.
You heard that sound. That must mean it is another episode of the Backroad Banter podcast.
I like how any sound means that. That's pretty sick.
That's it.
Yeah,
It's every sound.
we don't even need a catchphrase, dude. It's just when you
Nope.
hear a sound, it's on.
Nope. Everybody better strap in, buckle up, and get ready to waste a couple hours of your time here with Wyatt and Justin.
Yeah, dude. The seventh one. We're almost 2 months now.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I'm liking the recording days being on Mondays when they have to be, just because makes Mondays a little better, you know.
Yeah, I honestly kind of like them being on Mondays even when they don't have to be because, like you said, it does make Monday a little better.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Yep. Maybe I'll, if anybody watches, maybe I'll get this episode up Thursday, up a day early since we're recording a day early.
Oh, look at that! A special little treat. Nobody's gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, we appreciate everybody that's watching, hanging out. To be honest, man, today I've got I got a few side things to talk about that I think people will be interested in. But right now, a lot of what I have to talk about, I planned on reviewing, was the Super Bowl. Yeah, I just thought that. Well, okay, so this was before 6:30 last night. I thought like, oh, this is going to be a good game. We'll have plenty of things to talk about. I do have plenty of things to talk about. I want everybody to know that to be prepared for this podcast, I wrote plenty of things down. This is all about the game.
I had to take my glasses off. I can't see out of these things.
Yeah. But let's just start off the podcast how we do every podcast, man. How's your week? How's the last 7 days been?
Oh, the last 7 days have been atrocious. The last two have been awesome.
Good.
So, anybody who watched the last one saw that I was in a very different room. Anybody that's watching this one will notice that I'm in a very different room. I've got a different backdrop. That's actually an original painting there by myself. And who helped with that? Was it you or was it Maya? I made that with somebody. I didn't do that myself.
That would be Maya. I believe Maya did the tracing and outlining and kind of gave you...
Yeah, she did the hard part. She did the hard part, and then I gave it color.
Gave it the artistic look that it has. You gave him... Well, he doesn't have color, but everything else does.
That's true. Yeah, but I mean, my past week was nuts, man. So I had, I guess I'll just say it. You know what? I won't say names, but I didn't do anything wrong. So
yeah, man. No, let's talk about it. I think it'd be a good talking point, anyways.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those you never know who you know kind of things. So it was. I had a roommate for the past going on a year. I think it was 8-10 months. It was. It kind of sucked the whole time. I'm not gonna lie, but it wasn't like brutally bad. It was just annoying until like the past 2 weeks. I'm not gonna go, I guess, into details about what exactly did happen. But what I will say is that I gotta get my serious face on for a second. I'll put these goggles back on in a minute. But it was what I will say is that it was really kind of an eye opener. Found out this dude, that I'd known pretty much my whole life was, I guess I don't want to say found out. I just kind of maybe accepted, or it finally got directed towards me. But yeah, he got into some dumb shit, and I wasn't exactly a fan of it, and I left. And, I lived there, and I got tired of living there. I said, this isn't going to be my life. I can't deal with this. I'm out. So I left. And I get a bunch of, hateful, awful messages all week about what a terrible person I am and all this, that, or the other. And which I didn't take any stock in it because I didn't do what was done. Like, I was avoiding a problem that had nothing to do with me that got brought into my home.
Yeah, you were being an adult. You were being a responsible adult. And the second that you found out there was an issue.
A giant issue, by the way. I
you separated yourself. You separated yourself from it, though, and that was the biggest thing. It was actually, not to interrupt you, but it goes back to a little bit of what we talked. We talked about it a little bit last week, just in the fact of like, sometimes it sucks to fucking have to let go of people that you've, like Wyatt said, known your whole life.
Yeah.
But when it's necessary, it's necessary, and it's something that like. Well, you had talked about it, Wyatt, because you have a couple friends that have children, and not just have children, but have female daughters, especially of a young age. It hit home a little closer to you. You thought about it a little harder, and with that everything that went on, I pride you, and I would just want to say freaking heck yeah, and don't listen to anything those retards or anybody may have said to you, because the fact that you immediately didn't react negatively or just out of haste. You thought about it, but you didn't take a fucking week. You knew exactly what needed to happen, and for you personally, the best thing was to just separate yourself, and the fact that you did it in such a short time period, it just kind of goes into it. I'm sure the last week, like you said, was sucky, but man, how does it feel right now to just be in the position that you're in?
Oh, I feel great. So yeah, I'll go a little bit further in depth to it without giving details. I don't want to tell anybody's business. I'll tell mine. That's what I'm here for. So the past week, after leaving the situation, of course, I couldn't get everything moved out in one day. I had to find an apartment and find a what else am I looking for? Oh no!
Everything that goes with an apartment.
I had to find. Yeah, I had to find everything. I had to find an entirely new life. Thankfully, I'm not completely terrible with money, so I had some padding to do so. So it was from let's see. I got home from my trip Sunday night. I left for work that day. I did not come back other than to grab things and leave. So I pretty much lived last week on the road. I stayed at my girl's house a few days. I eventually, I didn't want to overstay my welcome too much. I got a hotel one night, just a cheap little hotel, just to, get out of there. Give myself a day more than anything. And to give her one, because she had been tolerating my just extreme levels of stress all week. And I'm like, dude, everybody needs a break. I'm going to go get this hotel. So, so I got that hotel Wednesday night. Thursday morning, I get a call back about an apartment. I go look at it. They asked how soon I want to move in. I said immediately. I said like as literally as soon as I can. So they were like, well, you know what, we can do that, but since it's so sudden, you have to take your payment directly to the office, which is on the other side of the city by the airport. So I had to drive about 35 minutes there, 35 minutes back on Thursday to pay them a whole lot of money and get my key for where I'm at now. And then Friday I took off work, just, kind of emergency situation. I wanted to get my stuff out of there as quickly as possible because I didn't know what was going to happen to it. Like, in my mind, I wanted to think, like, these people aren't going to do anything to my stuff, but I obviously don't know what these people are going to do, and that's what I just found out a couple days prior. So I wanted to get it out as quick as possible. I took Friday off, and then from 9 a.m. Now, this is a quick one. I picked up the U-Haul at 9 a.m. I had it back in by 2 p.m. Everything moved, everything done.
Yeah.
And, not like everything wasn't organized and put away. It's still kind of not. It is.
But you got it you got it out of there though.
I got it out of there. I spent Saturday kind of just reeling from the whole week because it was a disaster. And then I spent Sunday kind of, enjoying myself, then watching the Super Bowl. And then now where I'm at now, I'd say I am much less stressed than I was last week's recording, which we also did on Monday. So it's a good thing we did it on Monday too, man, because if we had done that thing any later in the week, it wouldn't have been good. Because I would have been nothing but pissed off. I was having a bad time. I was having a terrible time because somebody else that I knew did something super fucked up, and the only person that faced any repercussions for it were me.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one that couldn't be home anymore, and I'm the one that had to find a new place, and I'm the one that got all these harassing text messages from the dude that did it, and it was a hell of a week, but it really tested my mental fortitude, I guess, and definitely my self-control. It tested so much of my self-control. Yeah. If this had happened to me 5 years ago, I can promise you I would not be sitting in this apartment right now. I wouldn't be sitting in an apartment right now. I would be sitting in a jail. If this had happened 5 years ago, I would have strangled somebody.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I've grown up before I had to deal with this.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm like I said, I'm glad you're out of there. I'm glad you're in a good situation. Props to you for being an adult and not talking about it. I'm going to talk about it in a second. But real quick, shout out to Jocelyn. I really appreciate you fucking letting my boy
Oh Jesus,
kick it a few nights with you guys, which obviously I know is not a big deal for you. But at the same time,
was the recording studio last week, by the way. That was
we greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate you taking care of him. So heck yeah, shout out to you, Jocelyn.
Yep, appreciate it a lot more than she will ever know. No matter how much I tell her, she still has no idea. I appreciate the hell out of it.
Yeah. Just a touch before I go into my week. The situation's super fucked up, and if anybody that is watching this knows us, they know what's going on.
Yeah, if you know, you know. It's one of those things that if you know, you definitely know. Yeah.
The only reason I'm touching on this is because I can actually say this because the person that we're talking about technically is my longest, the friend that I've had the longest in my life.
He's your longest friend.
He's my longest friend. Like, I'm my own friend, and again, long and strong, till the day I die.
Yeah, you knew him a lot longer than I did.
I have known him since preschool. This dude fucking used to kick it over Power Rangers, and I mean every kind. So,
yeah,
like, legitimately, yeah. So I feel like I'm okay to talk about it, especially because the day before I found out about this news, that is all over Facebook.
Yeah.
He texted me and said, "Hey, bro, this is my new number." A long-ass message. Did the same thing on social media. I messaged him back that next day because I don't have social media notifications turned on, so I don't get anything until I happen to get on an app. I got on Messenger, and I always ignore any random number, too, so it really didn't help him. I got on Messenger and saw that he messaged me, and I even replied to him on there, but, like, I'm not here to down anybody because everybody makes mistakes, but the reason why I'm going to talk about it is because those messages that you got and the certain things that were said to you, that they aggravated me to no end because there was no self-accountability taken, and not just no self-accountability, there was no self-recognition taken. There was no...
there was no, I get that I fucked up. There was none of that.
There was nothing at all.
There was literally nothing. It was seriously, fuck you, you don't have my back, you're a piece of shit.
Yep.
Like, what? Like, what the hell?
And then to go within the person that defended, how stupid do you have to be dating somebody that has, not only, as this person said, yeah, he's cheated on me, but he has issues. No. Okay. The crime that was committed was so atrocious that I can promise you, like, nothing will be done because nothing happened, and I looked up the laws. Yeah. Nothing happened, and over social media, it doesn't mean shit.
Right.
But if he were ever to be charged with that exact thing, like, it's not something that would ever be taken lightly to the people inside, so let alone the people outside affected by it. And we aren't affected by it anyway, and that's what upsets me, is that you made sure, oh fuck, before this is an issue.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull out, no disrespect to you, I have to think about my life. Yeah. And so, in the disregard to understanding your situation is what really upsets me. And it's for the sole fact of, and then it plays into the fact of what you said when me and you were talking about it. How the fuck dare you talk to me? My daughter is literally, listen to this, guys, this is the only insight you'll get. My daughter is literally 12 years younger than the girl that you were messaging. So, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's no.
Nuts.
It's so, but then we talk about your friends. I think about our best friends. We have two of them right now that also have girls, and what's ironic is one of them is about to be 2 or 3, so like it's even closer of an age gap, and so it's just to the point of complete disregard. Screw everybody or anybody, mainly just those two people that don't understand where you're coming from, because not only are you looking out for yourself, but in my eyes you're looking out for me, because you're like, oh, I can't have my best friend like, I can't be living with somebody if my best friends are,
Yeah.
fall into it. And so it's props to you. It's screw all of them.
Yeah. That's and if they stumble across this and have any problems with what I said, yeah, I didn't say your names.
No.
And I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
No.
It's one of those. It's one of those things that is if you know you know basis, and that's what it'll.
And
say.
you probably know if you know us simply because before me and Wyatt could even finish talking about it, it was all over social media. And I mean all over social media, meaning it originated in northwestern Pennsylvania, and it made it to Glenville. So like it made it
real fast.
Yeah, really quick.
Within about within 24 hours, easily.
Yes.
Yeah, it is one of those if you know things, and if they stumble across this and they have a problem with anything that I said, well, I just want you to know. I might want to put a parental advisory in here. I just want you to know, from the bottom of my heart, fuck you. This is the first time I've looked directly into this camera the whole podcast, so if you have stumbled across this, people I'm talking about, and you have a problem with anything I said, I want you to turn it sideways and fucking sit on it.
Yep.
And I want you to fuck yourself.
Yep, go right up there a couple more times.
For the rest of your miserable, shitty life. And I'll leave it at that.
If you don't understand, you have no remorse, you have no, you don't recognize what you've done is wrong, especially after hearing it specifically set out by two people that I think you care about, at least to some extent.
At least I did. That's kind of why it was so stressful, because not only was it a major inconvenience to me, it was also a giant gut punch.
Yeah.
So it was coming at me from both ends. So it fucking sucked. I think I dealt with it very well, even though I dealt with it about as well as one could have. So.
Yeah. It just like I said, it more plays to them. And but anyways, shout out to Jocelyn.
All the time.
I hope everybody else grows up and changes in the coming years. And good luck with the rest of your life, because
you're gonna need it.
You're going to need it. So, on to my week. My week was pretty bland, pretty normal. Me and Faith had this idea. We came up with another little side project for me. If anybody's on Etsy and has kids and has birthday parties, I make activity color sheets and word searches and stuff for a variety of reasons. Right now, I have a variety of topics. Right now, I have everything from princess to dinosaur to cars to camping to freaking zoo to wild animals. I have all kinds, but I'm gonna work on more and just try to find us on Etsy, because little side shit. So that was fun. Just because my marketing and advertising is very professional, very what would be the best corporate. Corporate's the way that I like to say it. So this has given me a way to kind of increase my silliness, my funness in advertisement, work on my drawing and my designs. Because along with the individual elements that I pull from online, I draw some. So it's been cool. Layla has been talking and crawling a little bit, so it's cool to see her development. Super excited. We're slowly getting a little more stuff for her birthday party here at the end of March. It's going to be awesome. We have plenty of actual golf games, like real adult golf games, or just putting areas and just a little chipping area for plastic balls. It'll be fun. It's very much tailored for adults and not at all for children, aside from the activity sheet that I made for kids. But it'll be fun. The food will be good. I'm making sure that I have dirt cake, just because it has nothing to do with golf, aside from smacking the fuck out of the dirt for me. But I love dirt cake, so that'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
And me and Faith just had a good weekend, honestly, man. I'm trying to think. We really didn't do much. We just kind of enjoyed each other's company, enjoyed just being with Layla. We relaxed at home most of the day. We went out a couple times, but it wasn't anything crazy. It was just for little things. I can't throw this in here. I have got some good, I've got some equipment coming in for some portable podcasting, dude. I got just because DJI is what I fly with my drones and with my with my Osmo camera, and I just love keeping with them. I got a DJI OM4 SE, which is just the mobile Osmo gimbal, but it attaches to our iPhones. So when we're on the golf course or when we're doing anything, it'll actually allow us to take turns, and we'll properly get some good freaking videos for some outside recording. So I'm excited for that to come in. I'll show you. I'm excited to show you that.
I'm excited for this to expand a little bit. I'm excited to do a little more.
Yeah. I talked to Seth. I hope it's okay with you. I said, man, if we ever go out, maybe I'd just grab some recordings and me and Seth could do a random podcast too, if that's okay with you. Just anything to really grow our content in our channel.
Just make more stuff. That actually kind of leads into one thing that I was going to throw in later, but I'll throw it in whenever you're done when it comes to building on to more shit. But yeah, I'm all for building on.
It's ironic. That's actually where I was going. Was just that was the recap of my week. Aside from, I do remember one thing that I had. Seeing the picture, man, I am not excited to move. I know I have at least twice as much stuff, just me personally, including all my collectibles and toys and everything else. I'm not excited to move after seeing you move.
I moved a bedroom, and that's what it looked like.
I have 2 bedrooms, 3 closets, 4 closets, 2.5 bathrooms, and a storage unit. So that's gonna suck.
My living room looked like I moved so little stuff. Dude, my living room looks like a meme. Like that one. It's like men can have this and they'll be perfectly fine. Like that's what my living room looks like. Except I have like a little bit of. I have my TV stand and then a little stand for my PlayStation, and I have my coffee table. But like I don't have a couch or anything yet because I didn't have a couch there. I had my couch at my old place. I threw out when I moved out because it was just old and decrepit, and I didn't need it anymore.
Was that the leather one? That futon?
No, that one's still at Mom's house.
Oh, I forgot it is, isn't it?
The couch that I had was that one that I lived with Chase. Shout out to Chase. I miss Chase. I've talked to Chase. He's doing very well. I've talked to Chase.
Awesome, Chase. If you're watching this, bro, hit us up, comment, fucking show us to your friends. I'll be down your way eventually, and yeah.
He's in Cleveland now, actually. He's in Cleveland.
Oh, okay. I will never be in your way, that place. I'm making sure that I avoid that for the next 65 years. Whenever I die, I will go to Cleveland.
No, I'll be up there because I have a brother that lives there too. So my family's spread out because
I love the Cavaliers, and I still will never.
Move.
I will not show up. I will not go there.
That's my family's superpower is moving. We're pretty good at it.
A lot of things coming for Backroad Banter podcast, though, everybody. We've got a lot of things planned, a lot of things in progress, a lot of things starting right now. And anybody that is following, watching, subscribing, or anything at all, we appreciate you guys.
Dude, you'll be able to say that you were here from day one. No matter how much it grows, we're always still going to do it. If it grows, if it blows up, we're going to do it. If it doesn't, if it stays right where it's at, we're gonna do it because it's fun.
That's fun. Why we do it now. Yeah,
we just bullshit and talk about nonsense, and it's a little highlight of our day every once in a while. So it's like we're gonna keep doing it, but we're gonna do more stuff, and with the more stuff comes higher quality stuff. I think we end up stumbling across it. This is all just a work in progress. So something we've never done. Like pretty much everything that
everything that we're doing
is something we've never, at least in real life, done. Like we might have done in school or what have you for projects or this or that, but like this is the first like real trial run, I guess. So. So right now everything is pretty much just what we talk about, what comes to our mind, what we would normally talk about if we were just freaking catching up. Wherever we may be at. But if there's anything specific you guys would like us to talk about, I can promise you we are very similar, but we are also very different. And within our differences, we are so well-rounded of people in terms of the things that we look into, the things that we read about, the things that we talk to other people about, or that other people may talk to us about. So we're always down to open up the conversation topic to anything, and I love research, so I'm always willing to research something if I need to, just to be able to talk about it a little bit. But into that, let's waste a little more time. So this is
You know what? I don't want to get to this. Let's just get over with the fucking Super Bowl shit because I'm tired of it. Okay. I'm going to start with the stuff that I did not. Okay. So I'm just going to start with the game. So the Chiefs started super slow and continued super slow. The only reason they scored the points they did is because the Eagles put in their secondary and everything.
It was garbage time.
It is crazy to me that Kenny Pickett won a Super Bowl before T.J. Watt. That is a crime. And I want to give a shout. Other than that, I really did not care. I didn't want the Chiefs to win because I didn't want them to three-peat. But I didn't want the Eagles to win either necessarily. I was just rooting for them over the Chiefs. But I did not think they would win. So props to the Eagles for coming out.
I really didn't think they would flat stomp them out. Like, bro, they didn't just win. They killed them.
Me and Faith placed a bet at the beginning just for the Eagles to win because they were the underdogs originally. And I was like, man, imagine the fucking bet if we would have placed, if they would have been up 15-0 at half. It would have been incredible. The odds would have been insane.
Yeah, if you would have bet like first half point differential and gone like done one of the special ones, not done like the preset ones, like don't go first half spread. Like if you would have gone to the special prop and first half like Eagles, minus 19.5 or whatever, like, that would have paid some money. I don't know what the odds were. I haven't opened DraftKings in months.
I don't have DraftKings. I actually have BetMGM, just because the last time I was gambling at all, I had to re-download it. But last time I was phone gambling. Whenever it comes to non-sports related stuff, they have the best games. If you're willing to play more than the minimum. If you play the minimum, you'll lose every time. But the only other thing within the actual gameplay itself that I want to talk about, I want to shout out Cooper DeJean. Is that his name?
Cooper DeJean. I wanted to say something
Cooper
about
DeJean.
Happy birthday.
Happy 1 day late birthday.
Yeah.
This guy is 22 years old. That is 5 years younger than me and Wyatt. And this motherfucker's not only got his first career NFL interception in the Super Bowl, got a pick six on top of that.
Off of Patrick Mahomes.
Off of Patrick Mahomes, who is arguably going to be better than Tom Brady.
Yeah,
by the end of it.
He's at least right now the best quarterback in the league.
Yes. So
and he, dude, happy belated birthday, and one hell of a birthday present. 22 years old, and I wanted to touch on that too. I didn't even have that written down. I remembered it when I heard it. I was like, "What? That's sick."
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean. Yeah, LeBron went up. They were at like a basketball game, and LeBron went up and like started dapping up the Eagles, and then left Cooper DeJean hanging, and shouldn't have done that.
No, that's a mistake, bro. That's hilarious.
Oh, we'll leave him hanging next time.
The last thing that doesn't have to do with halftime or the commercials that I want to speak of is the Kansas City Chiefs mascot looks like a fucking Chuck E. Cheese on crack. Like, that dude has been strung out on fentanyl on Skid Row for the last week and a half, and he cannot do anything but get his ass tapped by some little tiny fucking... it's just terrible. What a dumb mascot. I don't even know what it actually is, but it's not a chief.
No, you know what? I didn't even remember seeing him, but
I saw him at the very beginning when he ran out. If you look, also they really screwed up the walk out of the tunnel, the run out of the tunnel for the Chiefs, because like
he's a wolf.
Okay, well that is a cracked out looking wolf.
Yeah, his name is KC Wolf.
Okay. KC Ketamine, because that motherfucker is not straight at all. I'm telling you, he is walking sideways.
He does look crazy, dude.
Bro, he is awful. I'll just even throw up a picture there for everybody, because it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But that was the last thing about the actual game. Everything else that I have written down is just about the about the commercials, and then a few things about Kendrick Lamar halftime. And if nobody saw, Tom Brady wore a watch, and I noticed automatically, and I knew automatically that's Jacob & Co. And I didn't know what kind, so I had to look it up. That's called the Caviar Tourbillon, and it's got, the reason why it was shining so much is because that dickhead has 338 yellow sapphires shining around that watch.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it averages for $750,000, and just let him know real quickly that he was worth more than everybody sitting inside that television booth. So that was crazy, but cool. I'm putting a picture up of that because if you didn't see, this is what being dominant for 20 years in the NFL can just put around your wrist.
Yeah.
It's retarded.
Yeah, dude. I heard a good old West Virginian drive by your house just now.
Oh my goodness, man! It's all the freaking time.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man,
it's the worst at night whenever Layla's sleeping because she'll wake up and then that just ruins mine and face me.
Yeah, dude. It's so quiet. It's so quiet here. It's almost eerie sometimes how quiet it is here. There's people here. I live in an apartment building. I don't live in just a building by myself. I live in an apartment building, but it's so quiet. It's an old schoolhouse, so all the walls are concrete.
Are there any 7-Elevens inside that building?
No.
That's good. So it's better than your first apartment.
Yeah.
Or your last apartment.
I'm pretty much out of the way of everything. Like, not too far out of the way, but I am out of the way. Like, there's nothing in walking distance other than other people's homes.
I saw your snap. I like it, personally. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I'm right by the river. Apparently, so I've been told there's good fishing in that river during the summertime, so I guess I'm about to find out.
That'll be cool, yeah, just to freaking do.
Because that is walking distance. I can walk down to that river and fish. No problem.
Yeah. Well, before I talk about my freaking commercials, we could talk about the commercials if you want. But what are your thoughts on the game itself? How it ended? Are you happy? Are you not? Everything in between. How did the grilled cheese sandwich making go last week? Anything.
The game, dude. I don't know. I hate to say it. I don't want to be one of those people because I do like the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, oh, I don't even care to watch the Super Bowl. Like, no. But I didn't care for this one because, you touched on it earlier. I don't like the Chiefs. I don't like the Eagles. So, I didn't care for it a ton, but it was, like, if I had to pick somebody to win, I was rooting for the Eagles. I didn't want Kansas City to three-peat, man. I get so tired of this rerun shit in sports in general. Like, we spent all of high school watching the Cavs and the Warriors in the finals, all of high school and then some. Like, that got old and repetitive. And then it kind of like into our adulthood has shifted to football. It's been the Chiefs and place NFC team here, Chiefs and 49ers, Chiefs and Eagles, and it's getting boring, like, so I am glad the Eagles won because I couldn't do another year of this Kansas City nonsense. They needed knocked down a peg or two, and I think that's what they got. So, because they got dog walked, they got the shit kicked out of them, and I went to bed at the end of the third because I was like, it's done. Like, there's no way. I thought at halftime maybe there was a chance, and I thought there was no way. Commercial-wise, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's not a ton that I thought were great. I didn't hate them. I didn't think
any were bad. I didn't think any were bad.
No, I definitely don't think any were bad. If I had to pick a favorite one that stood out to me, I didn't watch the whole game, so I might have missed a couple because I know the fourth quarter usually brings the heat with them. I did not. I really liked the Dunkin' commercial with Ben Affleck in it.
Yeah.
Whenever they were shitting on the Starbucks people, I thought that was pretty cool. That cracked me up just because I don't like Starbucks.
Did you see the Matt Damon commercial where at the end he shit on Ben Affleck?
No, I didn't see that. No.
I'm trying. Let me see if I wrote it down. All I remember is at the end, because it wasn't that special, but whatever it was for, at the end, the guy that was talking to Matt Damon was like, oh, so, like, is the acting comparison to who? And he was like, Ben Affleck. And he was like, oh, that sucks. And it was just, and then that ended it. Did you see the Haagen-Dazs?
I think so.
The Not So Fast, Not So Furious?
No, I didn't see that one.
Okay, it was literally, so it had fucking Ludacris drive up on Baldy and Switch Bitch, the girl that switches sides.
Yeah.
And he was like, "We not going fast?" And Dom was like, "Not today." And it was just really gay and stupid, but it was also really funny because it was Haagen-Dazs and he was just talking about like enjoying the moment. And I was like, that's just funny because that's realistically how people drive. People don't drive tanks off of bridges and get caught by helicopters and then go to space for fucking, but I thought that one was funny. The only one that I really remember, I remember two specifically. The only reason why I remember this one is because I actually saw it the night before. Did you see the Dodge Ram commercial?
Maybe.
I'm not a Dodge person in any way. But this one has the guy from Twister that was just in the newest Twister movie and then a few other things. And he plays a different person in each one. But in the first one, he's like in the, we'll just say, Dodge Ram 1500. And he's driving and he jumps over a volcano, catches and kills a dragon. And then the next frame is him driving the truck with a giant smoker and the dragon's in the back. And then it cuts to the next frame and he's in the truck with long hair and a mustache and he's eating the big old dragon wing. And it's just sick. Awesome. And then each truck, there's 3 trucks, is a different series of events. It was just funny and good. It's worth watching. I have a list here of like some random ones, but the only other one that I really remember aside from that one, and it's because they actually did multiple ones, is the only one message-wise that I actually took from was the Snoop Dogg and Tom Brady ones, and it was because like it's what I've had a lot of those types of conversations over the past few weeks with people that are far right and super far left, and it showed me even more that I'm so much more in the middle that like that's my point, and that's the point that I've kind of stressed over the past few weeks, which is I can think how I think. You can think how you think. We can have the conversations. We don't have to let it we don't have to let it be a reason to hate each other. And the fact that I've had these usually in work settings, actually they've all been in work settings, proves to me even more like we can have these conversations, or at least I can because I see both sides. But like I can have these conversations with them, but I still feel like because I am the right person in a left conversation, and I'm a left person in most right conversations, aside from finance, economics, and just the overall type of government that we are. I'm left in right conversations, so like it just like. Even whenever people give, like these people that I've talked to give me their explanations, I still feel judgment, and I still feel like, why are you thinking this if you're agreeing with me on this? And like, it just goes more to the point of like, dude, the only reason I'm thinking the way that I'm thinking is because I grew up in the household that I did, in the time that I did, in the region that I did. I had the people surrounded by me that I surrounded by me, and the influences that I chose to let influence me have given me just this overall conclusion and this reason of thinking. So political all the way to everything else, it comes from my environment. And because I recognize that, I also recognize that like I may think that like obviously everybody thinks right about their way of thinking, but like I also understand that though I think that I'm correct in a specific topic, like I'm not degrading you or downgrading you because you think opposite. whenever it comes to a conversation, I just want to know, like, why you think a specific way so that I'm not prejudging you and putting some sort of assumption as to why your mindset is this way. Because then it plays into the same thing of like, well, the only reason you think this way is because you are this person that grew up here in this scenario with these influences. You have had these friends, and what you or what another person may kind of just relate with or connect with is different than me. And it doesn't make it doesn't make it any more wrong. And it kind of goes into this point that I had made to other people. Like, super religious people tell you that, like, church is where you'll find connectivity, it's where you'll find family, it's where you'll find relationships, it's where you'll find yourself. Well, what's the difference between somebody that finds that in church and in God, and somebody that finds that in 5 of their best friends from high school that play Dungeons and Dragons every Tuesday at 6 p.m.? Like, what's the difference between my happiness? If my happiness makes me what I feel like is a good person and doesn't harm anybody else, though my values may not align with yours, if I have a place that is exactly like yours, why am I judged? And so, like, that's just my whole point is I just want to know about these things so that I'm a little more aware, and so that I'm not as closed-minded like I used to be, and like most people that, like, are just in the area that we are in. I don't know about you because you are in a bigger city.
It's the same kind of, but there's just both people. But there's there's a lot of both. Like where we're from, there's a lot of one.
Yes.
There's a lot of right-leaning people. There's not a lot of left-leaning people in that town. Here,
which is ironic. There actually is in the town. There's not in the county.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's
town
correct.
Is super liberal.
That's
the
correct.
County is not.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Which is funny though. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird because if you like, it's probably not weird for people in a big place, but for people in a little place, it is weird. Because for people in a big place, you're like, oh, one town in the county, what's the big deal? Well, in that one, it's kind of the big. It's not. It's the biggest deal you get there. Yep.
And it that actually plays into something I'll talk about later. I'll just say like, oh, this ties into it when we get to it. But it again, it's to that point. Those commercials were good because they talked about like it really showed like who gives a shit what our differences are. It just said it outright, and it's something that I hope is said more often. Just because like I said it 3 years ago, and all my surveying buddies, which are in their 40s and older, they disagreed with me. But this election, and then just the conversations that I've been able to have while working at the university, has kind of instilled it even more. I have so much faith in our generation, just because we are very insightful. We have experienced a lot, and what we haven't experienced, we've been informed on. And and I think that I don't know. I just have a lot. I have a lot of hope for us as a country. I have a lot of hope for us as a generation, and just for us as individuals. I hope that we can get along and not condemn each other just because we think differently. Who gives a shit?
I'd like to think we'll figure it out.
In a world where the mundane meets the extraordinary, one humble creation rises above all. Bread, the ultimate comfort food, the foundation of a meal, the silent hero of every dinner table. Soft, warm, moist, unpretentious. It's not just food, it's bread. From a simple slice to the moments that make a sandwich memorable. Bread. The original comfort food.
I am gonna lead off with the stream that I mentioned because.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, dude. Let's get a little commercial break, a little ad break there, from our partners at whatever you threw together this week.
Bread. Bread is the ad. Bread. Enticing everybody's diet for the last 3,000 years.
Let's go. Shout out, Brad. Dude. Fuck yeah.
Shout out, Brad,
Hell
indeed.
Yeah. God. Whew. All right.
That's so funny.
But yeah, man. We're we were sitting here, during the commercial break, we were talking about future plans. We talked about a few that we're keeping under the umbrella, we're keeping under wraps for now. One that we'll guess. I'm gonna guess by the time this airs, actually, one might have already happened or will be happening tonight. So by the time this airs, it'll have already happened or it'll happen tonight. You'll see it on the Instagram. We are gonna get the old game channel running.
Yes.
It's gonna be most of the time me playing some dumb bullshit on PlayStation. But it's gonna be live on our YouTube. It's just gonna be little extra fun stuff we do, man. Like we already do these things, especially me. I already play a lot of stuff. I might as well incorporate the show because I care about the show. So, but it's also going to be fun, and it'll be primarily me. Every once in a while, we'll have Justin, and
maybe Faith, maybe my wife Faith. She plays a lot more non-VR games. Not to interrupt you, I'm sorry for that, Wyatt.
No, you're good. But I got another idea. I got to hold on to it.
She plays a lot of non-VR games, and I mean, we have an Xbox, PlayStation, Oculus. I bought the Xbox specifically to play games with her, and I can't get behind Fortnite for whatever reason, and that's her game. But if that's what you guys like, or maybe we could have a girlfriend thing to where Jocelyn and Faith play with each other.
I don't like it. I don't like Fortnite either, but Jocelyn likes it. So I think what we got to do is we definitely got to run duos. And then, of course, with the whole field of everybody else that plays, and then it'll be we could do a team of you and me, or we could do a team of we could do a team of you and me because we'll have headsets, so we'll be able to talk. We'll be able to talk. And we'll take it live and stuff for sure. But that I think would be fun. That I think.
And if we ever needed to, I don't know if I'm assuming she has console. I mean, like I said, we have the Xbox up here, PlayStation downstairs, so we could even run quads absolutely.
Yeah.
With them, just to kind of grow the channel a little bit more, or grow the following a little bit more.
And if nothing else, it's going to be fun. But I mean people like watching Fortnite for whatever reason. But
yeah, Fortnite's all my brothers play. That's all from 10 years old all the way to 17, 18. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we are constantly we are having so much fun doing this show, and for anybody that happens to watch, thank you for watching again. And so we're going to do as many things as we can. Wyatt, I sent you the picture just so you can see. That's my OM4 SE. That's going to be the gimbal that we'll use.
Okay.
And I'm just super excited. It also rotates sideways, so it doesn't have to be straight up and down.
That thing's gnarly.
But yes, I'm super, super excited for it. Hopefully it comes in okay. I am a little upset. I did pay that. Okay, I'm okay. I thought that was cheaper. But yes, so we're going to do some outside podcasting, and that'll be a little higher quality. Maybe not sound-wise, because I bought some cheaper microphones, but we're super excited, and we're excited to just freaking get out and show you guys what we do whenever we happen to get together, just because it's another side of this right here, these weekly conversations.
Yeah, dude. And if you don't like it, well, then you can probably fuck yourself.
Yeah. So really quickly, why not just transfer back? I'm going to talk about some commercials, because if nobody saw them, I'm just going to ramble them off. There was a Coors Light commercial that was Sloths on Mondays. That was freaking hilarious.
That was good.
Go and watch that. Adam Devine had if nobody knows, there's the water brand that's called Circle or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's just flavored water. It's a water like capsule, and you buy the cup, and then you put these like pods in. And as you drink regular water, it filters it to be flavored. The only reason I'm calling that one out was because he sent 1,000 cases, I think. Actually just picked the company picked random addresses and sent them to 1,000 people across America. And I think that that's literally my job, is to think of things like that. That is genius. That is great advertising. That's great marketing. And if anybody happens to ever in your life be watching this and you see that and you got one of those, let me know, because I just want to know. That's cool. The Pringles mustache commercial was funny when everybody lost their mustache.
Yeah.
And Faith had to point that one out to me. The Budweiser commercial was not bad. That was the delivering since whatever year.
I missed that one. We were waiting on that one. I missed it.
So that one was basically, and this is like, in my mind, I could have done this with anything with this product, because I know it's where they pulled it from. It's basically the ravioli commercial, like, except the horse ended up bringing people their beer that they ordered.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of the ravioli commercial, the Chef Boyardee commercial. The Bud Light one disappointed me, because I think that was one that's just been out with Shane and everybody, with Shane and Post Malone.
Yeah.
So that one wasn't really like crazy. And that's all that I remember.
Yeah, dude. I like how we're probably 50 minutes into this thing, give or take, and we haven't explained why we're wearing sunglasses.
Oh yeah, technically the reason is because I said
there isn't.
It would be a good idea if we just wore these.
Yeah,
because
there's literally not one reason.
There's not one reason.
I wanted to show Justin these glasses that I got at the show that I went to, because I didn't get to show souvenirs from my trip, but I want to show you another souvenir. I feel like you'd really appreciate this, man. I take my glasses off of this one. I can't see anything out of these. This writing that's on these is writing. It's not see-through.
I can see everything out of mine, even with the few finger smudges I have.
This is a deck of playing cards. I got this at a little. I forget the name of it, but it was right off of the highway. It was right off of Interstate 70. I'm gonna open them up and I'm gonna show you what I haven't opened them yet, but I'm gonna show you what they actually look like.
Yeah, please do. While you explain, just say something while you open it up. You're absolutely right. I do care about those. Can I go get some Star Wars toys that I just got in?
Yeah, dude.
Awesome. This is show and tell, guys.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, dude, I got these things open. These are Darth Vader shaped playing cards. I haven't opened them yet, but there's this little candle store / ice cream store / coffee shop / souvenir stand off of I forget what it's called, but it's off of Interstate 70. And it's like right outside of Indianapolis, pretty much. Not right outside of it, but if you're, wow, here they are. They are Darth Vader shaped. That's the back of them,
bro.
I'll unwrap them. I want to see what they look like. We're gonna play something with these the next time I see you.
Play a drinking game on the golf course with those while we podcast. That would be hilarious.
That'd be sick. Hopefully I wouldn't lose any of them. These things are sick. I also think they're old. I'm probably shouldn't be opening them, but I don't care because I want to look at them. They're playing cards. I'm not a child. I won't tear them up.
It's playing cards.
Yeah, they're. You can't even look at them if you don't open them up anyway. But yeah, it's just different Darth Vader images.
Oh, that's cool. I saw the Joker right there. That's cool. Are they all Darth Vader?
Yeah.
That's dude. Fuck yeah.
They're this one it's a little harder to see him, but he's in there. There he is.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's
Father.
This one's all him. I'm not gonna go through all 52 of them, but yeah, they're all Darth Vadered. I'm gonna scroll through them and see if I can find a funny one. See if I can find one that makes me chuckle.
Heck yeah, that is awesome.
They feel weird, dude. I guess I can't show you the texture of them through the camera, but they feel very strange. They're rough, but they're that way by design. They're not fucked up or anything. They've got like a pattern like embossed on them.
That's cool. Yeah, they're textured themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're like little squares.
That's good. That means they're decent quality. How much were they?
It was like $7 or $8 or something like that. Nothing crazy.
Nice.
I mean, for a deck of cards, it's pretty steep, but for a souvenir, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's good memory too. Every time you play with those, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, heck yeah, that's awesome."
None of these are really that funny, but I guess that's what I should have expected with it being Darth Vader.
Yeah, I'm guessing the people weren't like us making them.
This one's pretty funny because it's just super zoomed in on his face.
That's a good card.
It is.
Dude, imagine getting blackjack and turning that over. That's the best. Or imagine the dealer getting blackjack and turning that over.
Imagine the dealer turning that over and it busts him.
Oh, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, just makes him bust everywhere.
Screw you, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you can go ahead and show me whatever you got because I don't see anything good on here. I mean, they're good.
Actually,
they're good, but
I
they
have
don't make me
things.
laugh.
We'll start with the small one. So this is the original Micro Machines Star Wars. We've got the X-Wing Starfighter, the Millennium Falcon, and the Imperial Star Destroyer. These are from 1995. These are the original Micro Machines and the original plastic sealed and everything. I'm a geek with toys, so I have these. And then I have the Return of the Jedi. Same exact thing. The Imperial ATST, the Jabba Desert, whatever it is, and then the Starfighter thingy right here. I don't know. I, just to finish the collection, have bought the Empire Strikes Back, which is the TIE Fighter, the Imperial AT-AT, and the something else, I don't know. But
those are cool, dude. Those are cool. They're old. I can tell by looking at the package, they're old as shit.
Yeah, those are from 1995. These aren't Star Wars. I'm going to show you them. I have 2 sets of these. Oh, that was cool. Those are original posters. These are original Max box sets, over 30 years old.
Jesus.
These are the Pills and Potions one. And then I also have the Circus Comes to Town one with the original purchase order. And I have the original posters and some extra stuff for the Pills and Potions. But this is what I really wanted to show you because it goes into it even more. Okay, so this is the Empire Strikes Back Collector's Edition, Special Edition. They're all chromed out, and you get 8 figures. And there are 8 ships or 8 special things from each one. So I have this. I don't know the limit number, but this is like 50,000 one. But the entire point is that here, right here's the Return of the Jedi. So
Holy shit! How many things fit in that box?
another one, and then right here's the last one, which is A New Hope. And it has the exact same thing, all 8 figures, chromed out, special edition. All of these are right around the same make and model.
That's
And
nuts.
yeah, I just think that this gives some information on them. And then this shows the other 2 that are right here on my lap that I have. I like toys, and I like, I don't know why, but these one day I know will look great displayed with all my coins and my other Star Wars and Batman toys. So I have the last one of the original 3 set, but all of those are from 1994, 1995, 1996 era, so all pretty old. We're there.
The only thing I have is Funko Pops. What's your Funko Pop collection looking like right now? How deep is yours? You probably got like fucking
My
15
Funko
of them.
box collection, I know you guys can't see this. Do you see how big this box is? Imagine a box 3 times as tall, twice as wide. I have about 8 to 10 of them filled up, not displayed, plus 80 displayed on our wall, and I have 3 boxes in.
Shit.
I have 3 boxes in my closet filled with nothing but Batman and special edition. In Face Closet, I have a special edition Transformers one that is Optimus Prime, signed by Peter. What's his last name? Peter Cullen, who is the original Optimus Prime voice. And it's a large edition, plus it's battery, so it's even more special edition. I've got Faith, a couple large ones. I've got a set of some. I've got a crazy. I'm telling you, my toy collection is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, that's nuts, dude. I have 5 Funko Pops.
I probably have no less than 160.
I have a Barry Sanders that I got when I pre-ordered Madden. I got the 2 Charmanders you got me for Christmas, the regular one and the silver one. I've got the Ultimate Warrior, the GameStop edition Ultimate Warrior, the WWE guy, old WWE guy, and I have the Orange Piccolo from the Dragon Ball superhero movie.
That's awesome.
That I bought myself.
Heck yeah!
I saw it at a Walmart. It was sitting nowhere near the Funko Pops, and I was like, "Whoa, this is a sign," and I got it.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I probably have 40 or so Batman just because that's what I collect because I have a lot of Batman Silver and then Batman toys and Batman comics and graded stuff. So Batman's what I collect a lot of, but I have Faith probably 14 or 15 Groots. Just about every Groot Funko that's made, I have her just because that's her favorite character, and so I've made sure to get those, or we get each other one for every holiday. And then I've got everything from I collect the regular Marvel series to I collect certain Iron Man series that are large, and then I have like anything that's a duo. The Rock'em Sock'em Robot sets. I have the Slurpee sets because like it's just the twinsies, and like me and Faith, there's a set of 4 sparkly ones and regular ones, and I have those just because me and Faith like Slurpees. They all have like some tie to us, but they're also all stupid and just really plastic. So it's a waste of money, but they're fun. I really enjoy them.
Do you think they have a Ricky Spanish Funko Pop?
I don't know. Everybody, I'm about to look this up. Let's find out.
I think it'd look real good next to the painting. It would actually make the painting look like shit. But
if so, that will be a present from me. I don't know. I've never seen an American Dad Funko Pop. Now that I think about it,
I haven't either. That's why I was wondering.
No. I've also never seen I've also never. I was gonna say there's nothing comedy. I've never seen a Family Guy Funko Pop either.
Nope.
Which is sad, but there are South Park ones. I have some special editions. Oh yeah, I also have special editions. I have a special edition Gabriel Iglesias that smells like chocolate cake. I have 2 special edition South Park characters, South Park Cartmans. I have one when he's a policeman, and when he's police Cartman, and one whenever he. Oh, I don't remember what the others. I just have random shit. I have so much stuff, just stuff that I like.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, but yeah. Sorry. Anyways, that's what toys can do. I could literally talk about toys forever. I've got 12 more boxes of toys and graded cards and comics. We could do a whole podcast on this stuff.
We'll have to find a theme some other time and bring out.
Yes. I'll wear a Spider-Man mask when we talk about this stuff.
We'll have to bring back the list. We'll have to bring back the list and pick your favorite toys of all time. We'll do that next week.
There we go.
It'll be tough. That'll be tough for you. I think I could round off 5 that like stick with me forever. But I think that's gonna be tough for you because you collect them.
Yeah, I collect toys. But what's funny is none of them that I collect will probably be the ones that I talk about because they'll all be ones from my past that I don't have any longer.
Yeah, I could probably give you a list right now. They would all.
Yeah, I actually think I could too. Let's give a quick list and then let's give a list next week. We'll start with 1. What's your 1? What's one of your 5?
One of my toys, the one I got to take the old Power Rangers, and specifically the ones that you flip the back of them and the fucking.
You clip their legs.
The helmet would switch.
Yep. Like, when you clip their legs together, it goes.
I didn't have one that was like that. I had one that had just a little tiny thumb switch on the back, and you just flipped it up.
Oh, okay.
And it would like unlatch it and it'd flip around.
Yeah, that was we had those, but what you're talking about, I think, is like the original.
Version. They were my brothers. They weren't mine. They were my brothers, but I loved them. I loved them
because the quick action ones that came out in the 2000s were all to exactly that. They were quick action. It's so that you could morph instantly, and it was while you were playing as them because it was just with the legs. Yeah, I'm going to start my number 1 with Power Rangers as well. I'm going to go with Power Rangers Ninja Storm because first of all, Power Rangers everything.
I like the specifics of it, and I like that you picked that one in particular because that
Power Rangers Ninja Storm all had their long. First of all, there's only 3 original ones: the yellow, the red, and the blue. The blue's the hot blonde, but they all had their own like final or like large weapon. and
Yeah.
it was a staff, it was a claw, and it was a bow thing. And whenever you could actually buy all toys, the staff itself that the red had came apart and became an X, and you could throw it like a star.
Yeah.
But you could build them all together, and then eventually there was a dark blue and a navy red that came together. And now that I think about it, that was actually the claw that opened up, and the X that I was talking about. But those toys, Power Ranger Ninja Storm, freaking, I have them burned in my mind. I lost them in a flood in like 2000. Like, anybody look them up in the West Virginia floods, 2008 to 2012 era. Like, I had them for 10 plus years still playing with them, and I lost them in a flood because I always let them out playing.
You rode like crazy during that. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was, but those toys, just because you said Power Rangers. Yep.
See, my next one's got to be this one. I think it's off the radar for a lot of people. I don't know if a lot of people remember this. This might just be me and my little elementary school friend Bubble. But the Mega Man Battle Network toys. I don't know if you remember those.
I don't. I do not.
Mega Man's a classic thing that Capcom has been doing for decades. But the Battle Network series was like a bunch of Game Boy games that came out when we were kids. Mm-hmm. And they made toys for them. They had a show for it and everything. I didn't watch a whole lot of the show, but I played the shit out of the games. They were so fun. But we had the little, me and my friends at the elementary school that I went to before I moved to where my mom lives now. We always got these little Mega Man toys, and they had detachable like hands, and you could replace their hands with weapons and shit, like their guns and their swords and stuff. It was so cool. It was like the best thing ever to have as a kid. I still have them. I still have them in the attic of my mom's house, and they just had like every interchangeable part. Like you could change some of them. You could change their helmets and shit, and you could change like their chest plates and stuff. And
that's cool.
That's
awesome.
It like as a kid growing up in that time, it was like it was pretty much like a fully customizable toy if you got the sets of them. Yeah. And they were cool to have.
That was always the best thing. That's the best thing about the era that we grew up in terms of toys. Because, like I said, I collect toys now. Ask Faith. I go down the Lego in the toy aisle every time to look for Batman toys, and then Legos of all kinds because we do Legos together. Yeah. But that's the best thing about the era of our time, all the way from WWE action figures, which I never collected or bought. But like I said a couple episodes ago, my cousins were the biggest WWE fans. And my cousin TJ had everyone ever for his entire life, and it was it was from that to Power Rangers to everything you could think of. Like action figures were not just action figures, accessible action figures, usable action figures were a big deal, and they weren't crazy expensive. They weren't like $80+ like they are now. Now you pay $20 for one action figure with one extra hand, like. It just sucks.
Yeah, what's your next one? What do you got?
Mine actually, again, ties into yours, but it's just the Game Boy SD itself. The Game Boy SD, whenever it came out, or at least whenever me and my sister got it at the same time. I got a black one, and she got a red one, and then my little brother Ryan got a blue one. So we literally got the fucking...
That's how the families always went, dude.
Bro.
The siblings would get a different one because I'm pretty sure my older brother had one. I had the navy blue one. He had the black one.
Yeah. Ryan had the blue one. I had the black, and Courtney had the red. And honestly, my mom probably still has them to this day because I remember when we were in high school, I still played them. I still used to play them then.
There was a gray one too, right? Like gray silver or something. Was there one of those?
Yeah, that's kind of. No, that's not the one that I had. There is a gray silver one. I did have technically the black, but it was like a matte black. It wasn't super dark. But the Game Boy SD, for every reason, especially because I had the original Game Boy that came out in the 90s that took freaking AA batteries or whatever in the back, it was just cool. It was a cool game, and for it to be handheld, it was at a time whenever handheld games were most popular. It was dope.
Yeah. Oh, man. So what are we on, 3? Is this our third one? 3. You mentioned it earlier, but I was going to mention it anyway. Dude, I got to throw it back. Big part of my childhood. The old WWE figures. Who used to make them? Was it Jax?
I don't remember who, but I can promise you, whoever made them and whoever made the freaking rings, you guys got the most spot on to what it seemed like when you were watching TV that you could get. The rings were the best.
That was the main reason that I was picking that field of the things, was for the rings. If it was just the figures, I wouldn't have cared about them too much. But when I found out that you could buy the little miniature figure ring, to play
spring
with
rings,
them, dude, little fucking 7-year-old me was lit up. And dude, that burnt into my head forever, dude. That shit was awesome. Just like running matches with my brother in the living room, dude. It was sick.
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Oh, that's so funny. Again, all those memories come from being at my cousin's, but it's just the fact of, like, the few times that me and Ryan would watch it at my mom's house, or like at our house, I don't know, you just see them bounce off the ring, and then whenever you literally take the guys and you just touch it, like, it was just cool, because it was like a real springboard in a way.
Yeah, it literally had a spring in it. You could, like, push it down. If you wanted to, you could, like, sit your guy on it, and you could push it down and let it go, and he'd go, boop.
It was realistic. So what am I on, third?
I think you're on third. I think I went first, yes.
So my third is super generic, but my third is going to be the Nerf basketball hoops that went on your door frame.
That's a good one.
Every house
stand the test of time today.
Still today, and they've gotten better. Since a kid, basketball's my favorite sport. I was always the best at basketball. I still I love basketball more than anything, and I love playing it, and I love thinking about it. Like, that right there just made a 12-year-old, 4'11" white boy feel like he was LeBron James at the peak. Like, and whenever it's the only way that you're able. Even for people, if anybody, like, if you were ever 15 or 16 and you were lowered the rim down to 9 foot, like, dunking on 9 foot is cool, but dunking on 9 foot on another person is still kind of difficult if you're not actually, like, used to it.
Yeah.
But dunking on a door frame on a person, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's the best. And every one of them is a highlight reel. Because every one of them is a freaking 2011 Blake Griffin tomahawk freaking just
I have an older brother, and you know this. Some people might not. I have an older brother. He's a good bit older than me. I'm a good bit bigger than he is. He would still. This is just some older brother shit. If he saw one of those hoops, he would instinctively just slam on me.
Oh, dude,
and
me too.
I wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
Dude, my brother, the sad thing is kids are just, like, unless you're just an athlete, like, that's what you care about is sports. Nowadays, kids focus, especially inside, or at least the 5 kids that I'm around, it's more about game. They just game, so they don't really do anything inside. If they're going to do anything physical, it is outside. Which isn't a bad thing, but still. But yeah, I don't know.
Are you up now, or is it me?
I think it's you for number 4.
Number 4. All right. I'm gonna go with. You know what? Because we talked about Power Rangers already, and we each picked specific things. So I'm gonna pick specific things as well. I'm gonna go back to Power Rangers. I'm going to pick not only a specific thing, a specific series, but a specific toy. The Morphers. From SPD.
SPD! Dude, Power Rangers SPD was the most technologically advanced. They had a fucking dog become a Power Ranger. How did his head fit in that mask?
You know what's funny? If I remember correctly, that show was based on 2025 because that show was out in 2005.
That is hilarious, bro. There was aliens running everywhere. SPD.
Goddamn alien dog running the super-powered police force, for Christ's sakes. It's a good show. It was
basically just a crazy Motorola flip phone.
Yeah, and at the time it was sick because all the rest of them up until that, not all the rest of them, but most of the rest of them were just some big clunky thing on the wrist. And then, but then finally they come out with one that's like kind of practical. It's like, oh shit, you could put this thing in your pocket.
Yeah.
And like even as a kid, it was sick.
They had a clip for it on your belt when you bought the toy. You had a clip. That was what me and Hunter Ashley were also like. Just as much as we were sports, it was funny. Me and Hunter Ashley cared about history. We cared about World War I and World War II. We cared about basketball and Power Rangers. It was such a weird combo for like 3rd through 6th grade. Yeah. But that Morphers in general, SPD is what came to my mind, and it's only because SPD is about my cutoff for watching it. But
yeah, me too. It was really the last series that I watched. It was when I got out of it, yeah.
But like we could ask my parents. I bet my parents spent nothing less because, well, it goes back to the person that we were talking about at the beginning. Like I said, in preschool, we bonded over Power Rangers. Power Rangers for 12 years of my life was the best thing in the world because it mixed martial arts with teenagers, with cool colors, and like it made everybody relatable. It made high school fun. It made life fun.
Good God, they knew how to market.
Oh my gosh, It was great. You know what's really ironic? This is just a side note for anybody. Any scene that you see from 1996 or 1995 through 2000 or like 1998, 1999, like that 4-year era, besides the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, is not any of the Power Rangers cast. It's all from the original Japanese series, and it's them. All the flips, all the everything else it's not the people we love.
And then the actors are doing like voiceover.
We all voice over everything. It was Rita wasn't even close to speaking any sort of English.
And it's funny because you could see that in the show, like her mouth was moving different than her voice, and I'm like, and when you're a kid, you're like, oh wow, this lady's fucking crazy evil. She's
As a kid, I just didn't pick up, like I didn't care enough to be like, this is bad. But
the kids, you don't care.
No,
the kids don't care. If you were to go back and look at it now, you're like, wow.
Yep. This right here, I'm just gonna go ahead into my fourth. It's again Power Rangers, but it's Power Rangers movies. And it started with Power Rangers Lightspeed. The original Power Rangers Lightspeed is the movie that I first watched. And it's a 2-hour movie, and it shows the introduction, and it leads into Lightspeed Rescue. And
I didn't know that they had a movie for that one.
Yeah. It's really it shows the dynamic and how the Dark Red Ranger gets, or like the Red Ranger with the like squiggle on his arrow, because there's the Red Ranger and then there's the Dark Red Ranger that has the squiggle.
I thought that was Time Force or whatever.
Or that is Time Force. I'm sorry,
okay.
Time Force. Time Force is what I'm thinking of right now. But they do have one for Lightspeed Rescue. They have actually, I think they have 2 movies for Lightspeed Rescue.
That was probably the first. That was probably the first one I remember watching. I said SPD was the last one I remember watching. Lightspeed Rescue was the first one I remember watching.
Lightspeed Rescue, I think, was the first one with a movie. I don't think, like aside from Mighty Morphin, I think
Turbo had a movie.
Yeah, but I don't think it was before Lightspeed. Turbo was like 2003, I feel like. Let's just look it up because we got the time, everybody. But anyways, Power Rangers movies in general.
Those are good ones. Oh man, you know what? I didn't even think of it until now, but I already got.
Turbo. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
how?
Old, isn't it?
Yes, 1997. How was I born later than the? Oh no, I was 20 days old. It was released October 24th.
I know. I had it because I had an older brother. So
maybe it was.
When I was born, my brother was like 9 or something. So he would have been probably still like on his way out. He would have been probably on his way out of Power Rangers. So that's how I saw it when I was real little. Is because Josh had the VHS.
Yep. You're right. And especially looking at the freaking, of course it was Turbo. They filmed on a shitty-ass island. They had the people look like the people that they were rescuing, the mom and the baby of whatever, were fat. That makes sense. It was just bad. But Lightspeed Rescue was good. We have Dino Thunder, which I really enjoyed for the first few seasons. Power Rangers Zeo. Let me look at the list. I'm not looking in order, but Lost Galaxy, Time Force was fucking awesome.
Force was
Yeah,
really good.
Time Force was awesome. Wild Force wasn't bad.
I don't
Ninja
remember that
Storm
one.
was one of my favorites.
Like core
Just
memory.
because Ninja Storm was dope, like I said. And also Ninja Storm I related to because it was a dirt bike rider, which I related to just because like where we're at and what I did. And then a surfer and a skateboarder. Like, it was just kind of relatable.
They all did really cool shit. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. I was like, whoa, these guys are fucking sick.
Yeah, it was just fun. So I don't know. Just Power Rangers movies in general, they definitely shaped my childhood and made everything fun. So
Yeah.
that was my number 4. Do you have a number 5?
I have a number 5, and it's a damn good one.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you might end up being mad that I took it. I feel like you might be not because you were going to take it, because I feel like you might be mad that you didn't think of it, because I just now did.
I guarantee that. Right now I'm having a hard time.
So, the game itself is not a toy, so I'm not going to include the game. But the old fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Discs. That's the fifth.
Are you talking about the full...
The big motherfucker that you hit the button and it swung around and you played the whole damn card game on it, dude. That was like, I think for kids what kept the game going, because I remember a period of time where I played it growing up, and then like real early I stopped giving a shit, and then those things came out, and then I was like, what do you mean? It's like, it's got the whole fucking point counter and everything on it. Like, I'm back in, and it kept me going probably till I was about 9 or 10. So that was a core childhood memory toy. That was a good one.
Me and Hunter Ashley used to wear those on the bus and fucking play against each other. That's so funny, man. That is a very good one. And what's funny is you mentioned it, and I think you touched on what a lot of people by the time those came out, a lot of people had lost interest in playing them because playing card games wasn't fun. We wanted digital games at that point. But what that did is
Pokemon was running shit.
It turned that game into it took it from a card game to a real life game to a sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
people still play that to this day. They still have, like, if you go to like a game shop, you can if you just go to like a game card collectible shop, anything like that, comic store, you might run into people doing a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, which is pretty crazy.
Well, I have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but my brother-in-law, that's the one thing that Devin and Nolan, he's passed on to Nolan a little bit, along with some of the cards that me and him's introduced to him, is Yu-Gi-Oh, and Nolan actually knows like names, and like he knows to look out for the blue-eyed white dragons.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You got to put them onto the original show. That was a good show.
Yeah.
The very first one.
So I just find it entertaining to a sense that, like, I don't know. Us as parents, us liking these things are what will keep them going on, because it's what will inspire a little bit of interest in our kids. Like, you were asking about Funko Pops. I don't know if I can go. I have Layla.
Oh yeah, that's just a couple too.
That's just so I have her. So they're the Disney 100 special editions. I have her Oswald. I have her Tinkerbell and
Oswald's the man, dude. I thought Oswald was a fever dream until the other day. Whenever we were on our road trip, I was asking Jocelyn. I think we were talking about old cartoons, and I don't know if that was on the road trip or in the hotel room. We just started talking about old cartoons, and I brought up Oswald. I said, "Do you remember Oswald, or am I just making that shit up?" Because I didn't know if anybody remembered Oswald.
I've got Oswald, the Tinkerbell, and the Minnie Mouse are Diamond editions. But then I've got Boo from Monsters Inc. because Layla's my Boo. She's my little baby. I have her the Care Bears 40th edition Best Friend Bear because I want my daughter to be my best friend when she's
Care Bears are
older.
old as shit. I didn't know they were around for 40 years. I knew they were around for a while, but I didn't know they were
And
around that
this didn't come out that year or anything. I looked for it forever because I wanted her to have the friend bear so I could be like, you're my best. You got to be my best friend, hun.
You got to get her a real bear. Have you got a real bear, or like a real Care Bear, or you just got her the Care Bear fun?
No, not a real one yet. She really just started playing with dolls, and then the rest are just like, I got her 2 superhero. I got her a Spider-Woman and Violet from Fantastic Four because I want her to know that women can be superheroes too, and
cool.
they're just as capable as us in their own ways. And then just some Disney ones, Winnie the Pooh ones because they're cute.
Is Build-A-Bear still a thing?
Build-A-Bear, there are still Build-A-Bears. Me and Faith are going to do Build-A-Bear for Layla because her birthday's coming up and there's a special thing. Yeah, Build-A-Bear is still a thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just finish it out and we can move on to some random stuff because I have just a few more things we could talk about, I suppose.
Yeah.
Let me see. So just off the top of my head, my fifth toy that really impacted me were toy cars. Everything from, like, I showed some old Matchbox ones, but everything from Matchbox to Hot Wheels. Those were really impactful for me, not only because of the amount that I played with them, but more so for my little brother. Like, whenever I think about childhood, I think about Ryan.
Yeah.
And Ryan was always I was the one that liked sports and was always playing basketball or doing something with a balls. And then Ryan was in there in the ground. No, I'm joking. Ryan was in there. Ryan was always playing. He was always practicing shooting or playing in the dirt, building traps for just some randomness. He was just always the more country person. And so whenever I think of like childhood toys, I think of cars, and not only from like the amount that me and him would play and the tracks that we would build in our parents' driveways to like when we were both just absolute buttholes. And my parents couldn't handle us anymore. Like, they're worse than anything that the only thing that they could do is take everything out of our rooms except for books. And so we would literally have for a month plus nothing in our rooms for books because we were just that bad with each other and arguing with each other. But we would always hide Hot Wheel cars and we would play with them at night, or like just because you're brothers and whenever you're little, it's just
you guys are
comforting
so close in age too.
We're very close in age. It's really comforting for each other, like used to. I probably wouldn't have said it, but I don't care now because it's something cool. Like at nights, we would take turns walking over to each other's bed, and like we would, for 5 minutes at a time, play Hot Wheels on each other's and back.
Funny as hell.
Because it was cold, so like the person that was getting them drove was just like getting kind of relaxing on the way to bed.
Yeah.
So, like, you always wanted to be the first person because it felt the best, but the last person's the one that actually got to fall asleep because I wouldn't wake up if he did it, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just like a dumb little childhood memory and it shows, like, it just reminds me of the simplicity and how little it takes to make kids happy and to make impressions on us. So, definitely Hot Wheels, Matchbox cars. I think that's cool.
Yeah, dude, that's a good one. That was a good way to round off the thing. Then, you know, we might be able to circle back around to that next week, but I think we got some good ones. I don't even know.
I don't know. That was good.
We can top that. I think we might just have to put the name of the call right there, and that's it.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah. Everybody will find out. Yeah. Well, I don't know how to transition this. This is going to be weird. I sent you a picture. I'm just going to transition to it. Everybody remembers the Got Milk ads. Got Milk. I don't drink milk, but Got Milk was the best marketing campaign ever done because they did absolutely nothing except for tell people to drink milk. And they didn't advertise a kind, a type, a brand. Yeah. They didn't advertise anything. They just said, drink milk. And they didn't get your favorite athletes. They got your favorite everybody that was across anything.
Dude, just like Bread did with us.
Just like Bread did.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
Just like Bread did with us.
Just like Bread did with us. Yeah, that's insane.
But I sent you the picture there, Wyatt. The funniest one that is now that I feel like worth sharing is from the some of the best tennis players ever, the two best family member professional tennis players ever. Venus and Serena Williams, and I'll throw it up on screen now.
I still haven't received this yet, so I'm still.
Let me. The only reason why I'm mentioning it, and I'm getting this, well, just because it's public, so I can send it to people. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is because if anybody is over the age of 23 years old, you will get this reference. This is very, bad advertising, and I'm sure
What
it was
the
done before the movie came out, or the show. I'm sure it came out.
Why? Is that fucking real?
Dude, that was a real ad. If you scroll through, everybody go to Whistle Sports Instagram.
What the fuck?
And they have it, but you can also just look up Serena and Venus Williams Got Milk advertisements, and it'll have it up there. But you guys can see it. I don't need to say it because I'm not going to, because we all see it there. But
why that choice of words?
Is that not ironic?
They could literally any other choice of words. This ad's fine. Why the fuck did they say?
I don't know. I don't know if it came out before the clip did, but if it did or did not, I'm assuming it did. But
I would hope so.
Oh, dude, is that still not so ironic and hilarious?
That's crazy. What if that's what inspired the clip? They were like, yo, I think maybe we can do something with that wording, but we're just going to change something.
We could definitely do better than this. They don't know what they're doing.
We could definitely just change something, and this will give us an idea for a crazy video that everybody's going to hate forever.
Yeah, I thought that was wild. I thought that would be...
that is actually nuts.
I don't know. And the Got Milk ads were great. That's just... as an adult, ironic and funny. Did you get any of the other photos I sent you? Because I'll just transition to another one. This is kind of childhood related. So I'm not putting up the picture that I'm sending Wyatt, but I'm putting up this picture. And this is Christy Carlson, who played the sister on Even Stevens, which you guys can now see on the screen. And she was shot in the face this past weekend. And I was doing some research. My wife told me about it. And I was doing some research because I was like, man, I love that show. That was a great show. Shout out Shia LaBeouf. Freaking awesome. Shout out Beans. But yeah. She got shot in the face. She took her husband, for some context, she took her husband for his birthday skeet shooting. Not my type of skeet shooting, but clay shooting, pigeon shooting. And there was another party with them, and the other party shot her in the face. She has five... That's what I said. I said that is the exact reason why you need to have classes or be raised around people that preach this and teach you this. She has pieces stuck all in her face and everything, in her underneath her eye. It was only like 5 millimeters away from being in her eye whenever it was up underneath. She got some stuck in behind her brain, one in her cheek or something. She's got like 5 or 6 BB stuck in her. Anyways, that's just so crazy, and it just reinforces the entire message that we both just said. Gun safety is important, and don't act like...
Even if it's a BB gun, it can still fuck you up.
It can still fuck you up. Yeah, everybody asked my brother. We both got BB guns for Christmas one year, and me and Ryan put on fat jackets because we were like, they won't pierce the jackets, which they won't. They'll bounce off both between the layers of the jackets, or they'll just get stuck in the cotton. And Ryan shot me one time.
I remember
right here.
Didn't you shave his head for that?
That's why I ended up shaving his head, but I never told my mom that. But blood poured so bad because there's just, it just did from there. And when I went up to my mom, we obviously had to stop playing guns. When I went up to my mom, I told her I was just dumb and I ran into a stick and I wasn't paying attention and it pierced my eye. And she believed me. And, well, she never got it out. Me and Ryan got it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it just reinforces that point exactly. Gun safety at all times. That's just stupid.
Out of all the pictures that you sent me, I got to ask you about one, and it's the first one that's on the list of the things you sent me.
Which one's that?
When the fuck is this rough and rowdy brawl that you sent me for?
So here we go. Transition into another segment. So if nobody... Wyatt does know who this is.
I know exactly who that is.
So...
I knew who it was before I opened it. I said, is that who the fuck I think it is? And I opened it.
On the screen, you will now see a technically a WWE legend.
I was about to say, I would go as far to say legend, yeah.
I don't want to get his name wrong. Is it Swoggle?
It's Hornswoggle, yeah.
Hornswoggle. Okay,
Yeah.
so Hornswoggle. He is a little person. He is. I'm allowed to say it because he calls it. He is a midget wrestler.
That's
but
what they refer to it as, yes.
Yes, he is a professional wrestler. Like WWE
Was signed for
tenured.
years, yeah.
Yes, like faced the best of the best. The
You guys fucked him up so much, dude.
dude, Rough and Rowdy. The boxing matches started by, ironically, Barstool Sports that really caters to West Virginia every year. They had Hornswoggle on there, and Hornswoggle faced like the toughest little person or the toughest midget that there is, and I was like, this is interesting. Everybody should go and watch this. You could just look it up because it already happened.
Oh, it already happened? I thought it was going to happen. I was like,
I thought too. I was gonna say we should go, but it already happened. Spoiler alert, he got his ass
probably
whooped.
got the fuck beat out of him.
He did not have even, I wouldn't give him 5% of the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
it
now
was
realized I just now read it and did realize they advertised him as Swoggle and not Hornswoggle. I'm guessing Hornswoggle is owned by the WWE and they weren't allowed to call him that.
Yeah.
So pick something else. But that's
Yeah.
funny. That's funny as shit. I hate that was in Morgantown and that we didn't know about it until now and didn't go. Because that's
me too, dude.
hilarious. That's so fucking funny, man. I'm gonna have to look up the video whenever we're done. But that's
Oh yeah, no, I recommend everybody just YouTubing that right now. I'm plugging YouTube because that's where we list on. Everybody watch that. It's just funny to watch because
I bet
he
it is.
he was a professional athlete and he got his ass whooped by not a professional athlete.
Yeah, but he stepped out of his lane.
Very much so. Whenever it's unscripted, it is unscripted.
Some of those guys can do it. Some of those guys cannot. You need to know which one of them you are.
Yeah, he was really confident at first, and I was really hoping he did, but nah, he didn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
I could go to the rest, but what do you have? Actually, let me pee really quick. We can just take another break. I'll find a way to clip this. I gotta pee. Sorry.
How you holding up over there? Are you winning? Nice. Do you want one of those pizzas? Whenever I'm done. Is that incense still burning, or did you light a new one? Oh, okay. I was about to say, I started that thing when I started this shit. I'm surprised it's still going. I wish they were marked so I could remember which one I lit. I really just picked one out of the bag. Oh, okay, that makes sense at least. Yeah.
Ouch.
Damn it.
Ah,
Fucking hurt like hell. All right,
sorry about that,
you
man.
straight back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we are.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to take another one. These knot waters are going right through me.
These knot waters.
So I can talk more about some of the things I have on, but we can just finish off with those. What do you have anything else you want to talk about that you've had on your list? You want to?
Yeah, dude. I wanted to bring up the Dallas Mavericks. I just want to talk about two things.
Yes, I did.
I guess three things.
Okay.
I'll save the Dallas Mavericks, but not in real life. So, the Mavs GM, I wrote. I love the way I write down notes. I wrote Mavs GM hiding in the panic room. That guy, that guy won't go out in public, dude. That guy has received death threats and shit, which is crazy.
It's unnecessary.
It's
unnecessary for
unnecessary.
fucking sports.
It's unnecessary. He did something really fucking dumb, and
From a manager perspective, though.
Yeah,
Only
but-
from a man.
no, he should be fired, not dead.
No.
He's not. So I don't condone this guy's death threats, but this dude's hiding out. This dude wasn't even in the damn press conference when all the new guys showed up. And speaking of the new guys, AD's down already. That was the second thing I was talking about, man, and that sucks because from what I understand, he absolutely just demolished the first quarter, and then he immediately got hurt.
I find it really ironic because they got rid of Luka because of his injuries and weight, and then Luka weighs in 30 pounds under what they said he weighed, and is fine.
Yeah, like I get losing the weight unless he was 270 at the beginning of the season and you never weighed him again, which is negligence.
Stupid.
Unless that's what you went off of, then you were either wrong when you traded him, which you were wrong when you traded him. Doesn't matter what he fucking weighed. You were wrong when you traded him. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, and he looks fine. That's what I thought when I saw him. I was like, wow, he looks like Luka Doncic. Believe it or not, he doesn't look like some big fat bastard. He looks like the same guy that he's looked like since he started playing basketball.
He seems really happy to me. Like, he's upset, definitely, but it seems like
he missed out on money, but like he's in a good situation. I mean,
he's in a good situation.
He's gonna run into more money too. He's in Los Angeles. You know, the extra sponsorships, commercials, all this bullshit he's gonna run into because of he's gonna be like he's gonna make that money back. You know,
Los Angeles isn't gonna let him go. They're going to do what Mavericks should have. They're going to make him their franchise player, the same as Jason Tatum is the Celtics franchise player.
I saw somebody mention, and I forget who it was, but they said like if you look through Laker history, for the most part, most of their stars, at least in the past, in our lifetime, and a little bit, and maybe a little bit longer, they've traded for all of them. They didn't so they traded for Shaq. They traded for they didn't
traded for Kobe technically.
They traded for Kobe.
They traded for Kobe.
Yeah. They didn't draft Kobe. Charlotte drafted Kobe, and they were like, hey, you know what? How about we give you this when you give us him? And so they traded for Kobe. They traded for Shaq. They traded for Pau Gasol. They traded for, if you want to count them, they traded for Dwight Howard twice, I think. Or they signed him once, traded for him another time. They signed LeBron. They don't, at least in the last, our lifetime, don't draft their stars. So they're just doing what they do. And it's going to work out well again. And it kind of pains me to say it because I like Luka Doncic, but I don't like the Lakers. But they're gonna Laker, man. They're gonna Laker. They're always gonna find people that want to play there because they're the Lakers. That's just how it is.
I just have hopes for the Cavs this year. I really do.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch them just because we're on NBA. I don't have any NBA that I want to talk about. Jimmy Butler signed a crazy contract. We talked about him last year. I think it's like $120 million 2 year. Crazy deal. Good for him for realizing like I need to find the best of my the best offering right now and take it. No matter the fucking Warriors aren't coming close to winning. They're not going to. The only other crazy thing that I saw was Dennis Schroeder.
He got traded like 17 times in one.
Yeah, he got traded 4 times in like 24 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know the teams. I don't know where he went. Everybody can look it up.
He
was traded
wherever he was to Utah to Detroit. He ended up in Detroit, I believe, but he bounced around.
Okay. Well, it's just crazy to see because I remember him at his beginning whenever he was with the Hawks and he was the crazy fucking
the hair.
Peanut butter striped hair.
Yeah.
He was a baller and I'm just it's just crazy to see that.
He was an old classic 2K legend in our house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have anything NBA. I definitely agree with everything you said there. It's crazy. The Mavericks, I think, lost 12 ways to 1. I feel bad for Anthony Davis more than anybody in this.
No, man, I do too. I have since the beginning of the whole thing. I'm like, damn, everybody's shafting this guy, kind of like not everybody, but he got shafted for sure.
Yeah.
Both by his employers and his own body, I guess. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, kind of NBA related, but not NBA related at all. I sent you the pictures. If anybody pays attention to sports or shoes or anything or advertising, you've seen stuff online about Jordan and Nike have done the like unbannable marketing kind of just marketing plan that they've pushed out the last like month.
They even put it on like 2K. They put
it on 2K.
Yeah.
First of all, as somebody that does it, how fucking dumb? How dumb? That is dumb. You can't do that and then have social media where it explains everything, because it then ruins the entire idea of like, oh, this shit is unavailable now. Stupid. And putting one stripe over top of the Nike logo doesn't do jack shit. That is not at all, also, not what they did. What did they do? They paid a simple fucking fine. So that Nike swoosh was still shining every single game from game 1 of Signature for Jordan. So, it's not that it's unbannable. Nothing's unbannable if you have enough money or are willing to pay. So I think that's dumb. But it plays into what I sent you there. I'm going to pull them up on my phone just so, because I looked at them and I have them in my memory. So these are Jordan's releasing Comfort Air casual shoes. These are the 2 versions that have released right now. This is per Sneaker News on Instagram. If you follow them, check them out. They give you all their updates. That's where I get mine. So I don't hate the white version that is on the screen. I don't hate the red version on the screen. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because why the fuck is there no creativity? Why do you have to go back to a 1984 design, a 1985 design, and just try to make that a casual, low comfort shoe?
Yeah, because that's not what I thought it was.
No.
Like, that's what it looks like on the sole. That's not what it looks like literally every other part of it. Yeah.
It's literally the Jordan 1.
Yeah,
it's the Jordan 1.
If I were to see it, it's not something that I'm like, oh, I bet that's comfortable. I'm going to buy that. Yeah, I don't buy any basketball shoes. If I saw that, I'd be like, nah, I'm all right. Yeah. And not that it looks bad. Not that it looks bad, but yeah, it looks way too much like the basketball shoe. I'd be like, well, you know what? I think I'm good on that. It looks nice, but not for me.
Yeah, it just upset me because, like, as somebody that, like, I still love shoes, even though I'm not willing to spend $180, $200 on a pair of shoes. I'm not willing to spend $150 on shoes, $30 now. But, like, I pay attention to it, and I want that, like, I used to design fucking shoes, just drawing them out in school. Like, that was my favorite thing to do. So the fact that I see something that everybody could have done if they were like, hey, copy 79% of this design, but make it a low top.
Yeah.
Somebody would have came up with this exact design at least 1 times out of 10. Mm-hmm. So it's just gay. I don't know. Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, they kind of did underdeliver with it. Like, it looks nice, like I said, but if you want to advertise it as the comfort shoe, don't make it look exactly like the basketball one.
I don't know what the price is. I'll type out the price here.
I probably don't even want to know.
It's overpriced, whatever it is. I'm guaranteeing it because there's just no, there's no reason for any of that to. There's no reason. There's just no reason. But yeah, everything else that I have is political to some sense or related to politics. Honestly, this just popped in my head. I was talking about my weekend recap, bro. I wrecked my drone, crashed my drone for the first time last week.
Oh shit! I thought you were about to say something so much worse.
No,
I mean that's still not good. But I thought you were about to say your car.
No, somebody did hit my car. Get this out. Somebody hit my car 2 weeks ago while I was at work. They were nice enough to leave a message. This is how I know I'm in a really good spot in life, even with like the struggles that I'm having, the problems that I do have. When I got in my car after work and I saw a message on my windshield and I just grabbed it. I was thinking at first it was a ticket for some reason from the college. But they didn't find anybody in the trunk that time, so it's cool. But it was from somebody, and they were nice enough to be like, I am very sorry, but I believe that I hit your car. This is my number. Please contact me. And, like, I was so taken aback by the politeness of the message and the fact that somebody was willing to leave a note.
Yeah.
In general, that I was like, holy crap. I literally sat on that note for 2 days before I was like, should I call him, Faith? Should I text him? She said, just to see, I guess. Because, like, I mean, it screwed up my bumper. Like, it ruined my back bumper. But to me, as I told Faith, I said, if it was me and I'm a college student, which I'm assuming they are, the fact that they were polite enough to leave a note, they could be in the same position that I was in school and not be it like they can't afford for their insurance to race, but they want to do the right thing and went ahead with it anyways. Right. So like, I debated on not texting them, but I finally did, and they were like, "No, I want to take care of this." And I said, "Well, if you're in the position to, I appreciate that." And they said, "I am. I want to make it right." So I contacted theirs, and anyways, we've been talking to their insurance, bro. To replace just my back bumper, it didn't bust the tail light, it's just the back corner of my bumper. They said that the insurance company said that technically to replace that, it would be cheaper for us to just take your car and total it. So we like...
Yeah, is it your car? It's not Faith's?
No, it's my car.
Oh, yeah, so the Ultimate? Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, the max, but yeah, it sucks. No, to replace this bumper, they're saying is over $4,000.
What?
It's fucking plastic. There is no way that it's over $4,000.
Dude, that's fucking insane.
They said if you bring it to us, we are willing to give you like $3,980 or something. And I was like, listen, but then I would have to take out a loan for an extra $6,000 to get a $10,000 car. Yeah. Just like, I'm still down then. And we ended up settling, and they're sending me a check for a little bit, so I'm going to try to fix it, and if it's not enough to fix it, then I'll just drive with a dent and use that check for bills. But, sorry, I got off point there. That just threw into my head, but also, I wrecked my drone twice inside the Waco Center. Smashed it off the walls and hard floors. Fucking bro, I was so upset, but there was people around whenever I was, like, in the building whenever I was flying it, so, like, I couldn't react how I normally would have, because normally I would have went to my car and gotten my not guns and setting off not bombs inside of my not car and on my not body. I would have absolutely not destroyed that place. But luckily, people were there, so I was just like, it's okay. Shit happens. It's okay. So I went over, put my camera back together, fixed everything up, and I was like, well, might as well fly it till the battery dies or until I wreck it again. I wrecked it again. Harder.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's just shitty. But I got it. And I went up to my mom's that day, and I was like, I should probably fly it high. So I flew it 450 feet into the air to make sure that I wouldn't lose signal, and if I did, it would just crash in a lawn somewhere.
Nice.
But I didn't lose signal, so it's okay. So yeah, shout out DJI. Sorry, that was just random. That popped in my head. That happened last week. Really shitty news.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be funny, but it's funny that it was twice. It's not funny that it's once. It's funny that it was twice.
Yeah. It was within 10 to 15 minutes of each other. It was really bad.
If that makes any sense, it's definitely not funny that it happened once. But
it's really funny that it's twice. Yeah.
Twice. Yeah. It's like you stuck to your guns and then immediately regretted it. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It let me know, like, my drone's a little too wide to be trying to fly indoors and around and try to get, like, because I was doing it to get to, I'm making a new video for the Health Science Center that was that's newly built in the Waco, and really all I showed was the instability of my driving. And I've been driving drones, or flying drones for 2025, for 3.5 years now, so I'm really depressed in myself. That's my first real crash.
It's mainly funny because the first one, like, my thought process through that, the first one, like you said, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Like, the first time I wrecked it, I'd be pissed, and then if I kept going and I crashed it again, I'd be like, all right, that's on me.
Yep. That's how I was. Yeah. Because even the way that it reacted, I was like, I chose to not continue to follow it. I chose to just be like, I can tell my width based on my camera view. I fucking could not. I went to turn the corner in the biggest nursing room right there, and all I did was flip my drone upside down a couple times and break a wing.
Nice.
It was, yeah. But it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. I'm fixing it right now. I got some parts coming in. But yeah. That's happening. Or happened. Not happening anymore. I flew it again today. I'm good. It's okay.
Well, that's good. It's good that it's intact. It's good that it's still functional.
Yeah, we'll use it for some. Whenever we do some golf videos, we'll definitely do it. If you're ever open to it, especially while the course is closed, I have that push cart, so we could even just do a walking video. I walked the course the other day, just so everybody knows. I walked the course for the first time this year. I shot 17 over through 9.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
What can you do?
If nobody knows that, I think our course is 35, so that's a nice 52. Not
Good start. I thought our course was 36. I might be wrong.
Oh, if it's 36, then it's I got a siete y uno. That's not too bad.
I could be wrong though. I don't
Heck
know.
yeah,
I don't know.
let's go, buddy.
I don't know it as well as you do.
But either way, I did not play good, but it showed me that I by myself could walk that course in an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And so that was fun. That was cool.
Yeah, man. Well, if you have anything
But we'll do
else,
that. We'll fly the drone. We'll do some other shit.
fuck yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you got anything else? I think now's the time for it. I think it's about wrap up time.
Yeah, I've got one more thing I just want to
Yeah.
talk to people about. I always talk about something political, something financial, something that's impacting us or impacting me specifically, because it's the only things that I care about that I follow that impact me. But if anybody's paying attention or trying to, you've probably already missed it if you haven't, because there's so many things that's going on with this administration in terms of being changed in under 30 days, and it's hard to follow. That's one of my biggest thing as somebody that voted technically for this administration. It definitely did not like anything that happened within the last 4 years of the United States political office and political running. But there's a lot of things. It seems like every day there's 2 to 3 things being overturned, being changed, being an executive order being written on, and it's hard to follow as a person that does care about the things and tries to. But just with my everyday life, I can't keep up with it. And there's a couple things that I've been paying attention to that I'll eventually talk about. But one of them right now, that directly affects me because my wife is a teacher, and just because it really hits home, is the Department of Education. President Donald Trump wants to abolish the Department of Education, and so I've had some conversations with some people that think various of things. Some of them have been upfront and been like, I don't know enough about this to really make an opinion or make a statement on it right now, or really draw a conclusion. And that's how I was up until the past couple of days. But I've done what I could to learn up on it. And the reason why President Trump wants to abolish it, is because he just sees the overreach, the government, the extended government oversight on the education system that is provided federally, which is understandable. Like, I do understand whenever you look at curriculum changes, whenever you look at specific things that have been introduced into the school systems in the past few years. But on top of all the things that I, as a male, as an individual, as a married man, as a father of a female, as a father of a young girl that's going to grow up over the next 18 years and me be responsible for her, I think about, right now I'm in Central West Virginia, and Central West Virginia schools, dude, I can't imagine where our state would be if we weren't funded, if we didn't have any federal funding.
No doubt.
It's like literally, I come from Troy Elementary. Like, we literally had an average of like 12 kids in class from preschool all the way through 6th grade. Like, so my entire education had assistance from the government, and so what I worry about, and what I automatically think about is, what is my wife losing in terms of funding?
Yeah.
To provide for the kids, because she already, for teaching 5 classes, she teaches 5 separate classes between gym, health, music, art, career prep, and something else. So 6.
Holy shit! 5-tool player, dude. God damn.
He only gets $500 the entire school year for all 6 classes. So, like, yeah, man. Yeah, I constantly am on her. She does so good at providing for these kids and doing extra for these kids. Like, she spent at least $50 to $60 over the past week just buying stuff for smoothies, because she told the kids that if they built and for a couple days did their own workout activity, she would provide them smoothies that were within a specific calorie count and healthy form. So she's been doing that. But
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just like that extra effort may not be available if you continue to take away even that $500 that she usually spends on gym equipment, because gym equipment gets broke for middle schoolers, obviously.
Oh,
Yeah, just
especially giant beach balls. Those things actually stand the test of time.
Oh my gosh.
That might be a story for another day.
We'll save that for another day, but that is a good one. Oh my gosh. But it just makes me worry. So I went and I started doing the research, and I was like, what is the purpose of so the federal education's, like, the point of the Department of Education federally is to oversee federal funding for the schools K through 12, or grades K through 12. Understandable. Let me see. I might have to look at my sheet, because I can't read, or I can't remember.
I can't read.
So they deal with discrimination complaints, which obviously they deal with discrimination complaints. I've had to deal with 1 or 2 of those myself. I'll talk about that later on too, because that wasn't me. And they administer student loans and grants, which we obviously, if you're in secondary education, that only has to do with higher ed. Obviously they do that, and we all know that, because it is the second worst thing to ever come from the federal government, are student loans. But within them doing that, what I personally have to think about are what I've already seen impacted, which are the lunches, bro. So, like, child nutrition, Title I, which has to do with, I think Title I has to do with who you're staying with. Like, Title I is like the type of home you're in, the type of education that you're receiving. If you are in low income or high income, Title I will provide more. We're in West Virginia. I had the numbers. Let me look at. I had the numbers somewhere. Because I was looking it up, and I provide the graph here just so everybody can see. It's all in blue, and everybody differs. So in 2021 to 2022, the Department of Education federally averaged nearly 14% in aid to each state for public school systems. But when looking at West Virginia in that same year, it was almost 19%. So it was 33% higher for West Virginia. And whenever you look at the counties, it's because that counties really averaged about 19 to 20% themselves. We were, at least for the central West Virginias, away from the higher populated ones, which on the map you guys can see. It just worries me, because I understand that Trump, because he's a businessman, is all about cutting costs. That's why I voted for him. So I was like, well, if you're worried about cutting costs, what's the cost? What's the cost for people? So it averaged out to about $3,000. Let me look on my sheet. About $3,000 a student for West Virginia. I would pay my taxes in to $3,000 a student to know that each student is taken care of. Especially knowing, for me personally, who came from Troy and had students picked up on my bus from Auburn and lower income areas in Ritchie County.
Yeah.
The school breakfast and lunch really was the only food that these people may have been getting.
Oh yeah,
And-
for sure, dude.
and it is the only interactions that these people get in terms of decency and the only terms of positive influences that we may get. And to diminish these and to take these away, I'm just worried. Like, he hasn't outlined a plan, and I guess that's my overall point is I need to see a plan before I hear,
Yeah.
you know.
It almost seems like doing shit just for the sake of doing shit is kind of what I was gonna say earlier. That's kind of what the whole thing seemed like. I mean, shit, we're only a month in, dude, and it just seems like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and we're doing this and we're doing that, but there's no why. Like, wait, why are you doing half of this? You know what I mean? Like, some of it, all right, but even the stuff I get, like, still elaborate. You know what I mean?
Yep. Go a little slower with it and explain it for us. You can take your time because guess what? It took 4 years to fuck it up. You can take 6 months to fix it.
You're just doing shit for the sake of doing shit. And
just to repeal the other side, and it plays into what I was.
That's exactly what it is. It's just a competition. It's just a pissing match. It's a 4-year pissing match every fucking time, and everybody pays for it every time.
It's kind of what I was talking about earlier. It's why I have a hard time talking to certain people anymore, because like I see myself in the other side and it becomes a pissing match, because like I also as an individual want my point to get across and want to be heard, but then I also realize that whenever I start being extra aggressive, or when they start being extra aggressive, or just taking things in a specific nature because they're unwilling to understand, it's that exact same mentality. It's the I don't need to know what you're thinking because I'm right. When really, like, why does it matter? Like, technically we both could be right, but also, like, maybe your insight could help me, maybe my insight could help you. And what realistically, and it's been a really major point since our entire lives, we've literally went back, right, left, right, left, right, left. Like, obviously, it's got to be in the fucking middle somewhere, so that we don't have to keep pickleballing it back and forth.
Yeah.
And it just plays even more into where I was saying earlier that I have hope for our generation, because I think our generation, if you ask anybody older, they'll say no. But I think our generation is going to break this two-party system in the United States, and they're going to be like, listen, it's not out of disrespect to either. It's out of respect to ideas from both parties that are valid, useful, and absolutely necessary for a democracy to succeed and for us to be a peaceful nation.
I've always said this thing that, like, I'm not very well versed on politics, but I always said this thing that if you agree with everything that one side says, you're either stupid or lying. There's no in between. Like, if you agree with 100% of what either the left or the right says, no matter which one you are, if you agree with 100% of what either of them say, no matter which side you're on, you're either lying to yourself or you're a complete fucking idiot.
Yep.
And you're just listening to what is fed to you. Because no normal human relates 100% to one of those ideologies. No way. No normal fucking person can. Because everybody's got different circumstances.
And that right there is a generalization that really needs to be broken, because it's okay to understand exactly that. First of all, we're in a day and age to where, no, I don't need to call you a liar for siding with him because you're thinking these things, but you are absolutely misinformed because you're choosing to not inform yourself.
Yeah.
Now there's literally zero excuse to not be knowledgeable in something that you're trying to defend or discuss.
It's
out there. Every side is out there too.
I think we nailed that one, to be honest with you. I think it's about the most reasonable take that anybody can have all day.
I guess I can finish with this. I understand Trump's side for wanting to change the corruption and the manipulations that we have seen and that we have experienced, and that both of us, because we have younger brothers, I don't know how much you would pay attention, but obviously because my parents, I do. Like, I see the impact that happens on our siblings, and I understand wanting to enforce the difference between federal overreach and public quality education, but I'm just nervous that he doesn't have anything in place and that he's just doing this to stop it, and then there's going to be a gap period where everything's a huge mess, and we're going to see, like, we're going to go from an education crisis in terms of students not having attention span and needing constant hits of dopamine and that constant freaking, just improvement in their mind to...
It's validation.
It's just
yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, instant validation. Yes. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm just very worried because I want to support you. I supported you. But you're making me question a lot of the things that, like, because these weren't things, at least to my knowledge, which they may have been, and if so, then I apologize to anybody, but at least to my knowledge, they weren't elaborated on during his running.
Right.
And now these are, and it also just comes into what we were talking about. He's doing so much so fast, or the administration is doing so much so fast.
It just feels like a lot of it is doing shit just to do shit. Like a lot, or doing it to, for one, just to do shit, and for two, just to undo shit.
Yep.
Like
it's making it hard to follow. It's making it as a concerted citizen for not everything, because not everything affects me, but enough affects me now to where I'm trying to pay attention, and I just freaking can't keep up, man. Like I was saying, me and Joey, I told him you just go through average of 3 sources and you'll find 2 or 3 different things, and doesn't matter, you could read the exact same article put out the same day just from a different source, and it's going to give you a different insight and tell you a different fucking narrative. Mm-hmm. It's sad.
Yep.
It's sad.
Strange.
But otherwise, yes, for sure. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for us. I'm hopeful for people like us because we can have these open debates. I'm hopeful because just the conversations, like I said, I've had at work. I get to talk to a variety of people, and I get their insights, and they see mine, and I see theirs, and for the most part, it's never ended negatively. So I don't know. I think old people suck. I think we're cool.
I hear you. That's a good message. I think that sums up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Sorry, old people. You guys take the loss on this one.
Yeah. You guys better unstrap, unbuckle, and put your body out the window. Hit it to 100 because your life is over and it is our turn. So get out the way.
Oh shit!
It's the Fast and Furious way, motherfucker. Let's go.
The unfast, the unfurious way.
Yeah, the unfast, unfurious way. Häagen-Dazs. Enjoy the good times.
I think that's a good one to close it, man.
Very much so, very much so. I appreciate everybody being here. Well, I appreciate you meeting for another week. This was another great episode.
Dude. Yeah, 4th room, and it might stay this one for a little bit. Who knows? I might go in.
Heck yeah!
It'll stay in this building for a while. I'll say that.
I am hopeful so. Yeah. Well, heck yeah! Everybody, watch for this episode out on Thursday. I'll get it out by Thursday.
Whoa. It's funny because they're going to be watching this and they're going to get to the end of it and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to have this up by Thursday. And they're going to be like, no way.
And you're like, oh, yeah. Well, yeah, everybody pay attention for Thursday. And if you aren't watching, you need to watch it. And if you aren't watching it, you should listen to it. And everything else, check out our Instagram. Check out all of our social medias.
Might be some extra shit on there sometime soon. So.
Yeah, Wyatt's going to try to get the streaming going, and we're going to get some clips
extra
going.
Social medias sometime soon as well. Yeah, we might finally break away from only Instagram. So.
Yeah, if anybody's on there, check out Blue Stream, possibly Twitter.
I think it was Blue Sky, wasn't it?
Blue Sky.
Yeah,
I'm already screwing it up because it doesn't exist yet, but it will.
I'll get on there.
Check us out, like us, subscribe, and follow for more, man. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, dude, come back next week, or you can fuck yourself.
Yeah, don't do that, or do that, but still come back next week. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't judge. We don't condemn. We only join in. Come on.